everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shaughnessy, and on this channel we discuss fragrance, beauty, and wellness. And if you simply like to have a good time and you like my vibe, subscribe. So y'all, I am so excited for this video today. I am going to be reviewing the entire line from the new fragrance line at Target called Finery. So this is a line that's similar to Mix Bar, with the idea that you have perfumes and fragrance mist and a discovery set, and they might add other things later on down the line. We don't know. So the perfumes are $27.99 for 2 ounces. So let's just go ahead and say $30. And the fragrance mists are $14.99 for 5 ounces. We go ahead and say $15. So it's not as affordable as Mix Bar, but I think they might be a step above Mix Bar, because they are, if you consider this a step above, because this is they're dupes, they're clones of more expensive perfumes. So do you, if you have, I don't know how you all clarify that. Do you put that as a step above because it's more luxurious fragrances they're duping? Or do you take into account Mix Bar, who for the most part, I think they try to be unique. They're not duping or cloning other fragrances. Because some people, they're like, I don't wear dupes. I don't wear colognes, okay? So you got people like that, okay? Now, I'm not one who loves and runs for clones. You know, when they're what I call a dupe house, that's all they do. I've only placed an order for one of them that's considered basically a dupe house, a clone house for the most part, and that's layered. Now, how I tend to, because I just know some people just get in their feelings about if something is a clone or a dupe. I tend to, if it's a perfume, and it's one I'm going to talk about in particular, if I feel like the price point for that perfume is exorbitant for the performance, then I'm like, heck no. Give me that dupe. Give me that clone. Now, in some things like Delina, I had absolutely no interest in smelling any cologne of it. Now, I accidentally purchased dupes of Delina that I didn't realize were dupes until I started wearing them. This is a dupe of Delina. So I didn't intentionally do it. So for me, I'm not one, I prefer usually the original, unless for some reason I feel like the original is not worth my money. So I'm not going to wear these clones. No, girl, yeah, I'm gonna wear them. If I can't afford like the perfume they're duping, I don't want to pay that price, or I don't feel like the performance is worthy of the price. So I just want to get that out of the way, because, you know, some people out here be tripping. I have some fragrance mist here. I have the discovery set for Finery here. I have tried these all. I have worn them. So we're just going to talk about it and have a good time, okay? So I'm going to start with the fragrance mist because I just am. Well, for one, that's what I have written down in my notes. The fragrance mists are first. So the first one I'm going to start with is Jungle Centaur. This has notes of papyrus wood, Indian cardamom, and black oolong tea. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's described as a unisex, lush, steamy air of exotic rainforest type of scent. And it's supposed to be a dupe of Centaur's Le Labo Centaur 33. And let me just say this, I have never smelled Centaur 33. I've never smelled anything from Le Labo because number one, I don't like the way their bottles look, and none of the way people, when people would describe some of the fragrances they have from that house, it never grabbed my attention. So I have never smelled anything from that house. So we're about to smell this dupe together, and let me smell it and see if I feel the same way. And yes, honey, I do. Now, when they say a lush, steamy air of exotic rainforest, when I smell this, I want it to go, me Tarzan, you Jane. Because this smells like the jungle, honey. Okay? You talk about green. This is too green and earthy for me. I haven't even put this on my skin because I was scared. It just is so, it's so green and earthy. I just don't think, do I want, oh my goodness. Okay, y'all, I'm going to be brave and I'm going to spray my hand for y'all in this video, okay? I think this is the only one I didn't put on my skin. This is the only one. So I'm going to let it sit and we're going to move on. But this is one I can't tell you. That's why I had this one first. I can't tell you if it smells like Centaur 33. I can't tell you that. But I can tell you this mist is rather potent. I don't even want to smell the perfume of this. And it's just not for me. When I see green bottles anyway, I'm skeptical. I'm wary of them because I don't tend to like super green, super earthy fragrances. That's not me. That is not me. And to me, hold on. Let me see if my body chemistry did anything to it. Not enough. I mean, it now on my skin, it's kind of giving me soapy, like Irish Spring soap. Okay, this is what it is. I am in the rainforest, underneath the waterfall, with a bunch of leaves, the forest around me, and I am with an a bar of Irish Spring soap. That's what it smells like. Like, it smells better on my hand. Like, it's toning down, it's softening up. And people are like, this is such a compliment getter. I know in books I've read, the girl was wearing this and the boy loved it. In some series I was watching, they mentioned Le Labo 33, Centaur 33. I was like, man, maybe I should be looking at it. But like, this is one, and it's got a minty vibe to it on my skin. This is one. It's too green. I don't know, y'all. And now I feel like it's practically disappearing on my skin, which we'll get to that with some of these fragrance mists. I mean, I haven't worn this one out. So, but those are my thoughts on Jungle Centaur, honey. The name fits, Jungle. Because I don't know. This is one I'm going to ask my brother if he likes this. Because he tends to like fragrances like this. And if he wants it, he can have it. If not, I'll try it on my skin a couple of times at the house. And if I can't get with it and he doesn't want it, I'm taking this back. Because this is, $15 not cheap. So I'm going to take it back if he doesn't want it. Because it's mixing with something else I'm wearing too. So I need to try this just on its own. But I don't really want this. It's not really, even smelling it here, it's not like I'm like, woo, let me keep it. No. No. So again, that is Jungle Centaur. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is Midnight Cafe. Love this purple bottle. And the perfume bottles look exactly like the mist, but shorter. That's it. Same color as the mist, everything. They're just shorter. And I think they're glass as opposed to where these are plastic. So Midnight Cafe has notes of creme de cafe, jasmine absolute, and patchouli. Is described as a boldly sexy scent blooming with narcotic jasmine wrapped in delicious decadence. And this is supposed to be the dupe or clone of Black Opium. And I have Black Opium right here, and I've tried all these off camera too, and this is a stupendous clone dupe of Black Opium. The mist to me even smells stronger, because to me, I have a problem with Black Opium performing and lasting on me. And to me, this mist smells stronger than my perfume, just from the bottle. It smells, I mean, pretty much identical to Black Opium. So here's my thing with dupes when it comes to designer fragrances. You can find designer fragrances that's been out this long at discounted prices. So if you don't want to get, if you know, this is a 1.7 ounce bottle. I think I got it on FragranceNet. It was maybe $50, maybe. If that's still too expensive, then yes, I would say if you want to get it for $30, go for it because it smells great. But my thing is with designer fragrances, I know you can find them discounted, you know, on different websites, that I still think if you want the packaging, if you want the name YSL Black Opium, then you can find it for a cheaper price than purchasing it, you know, at the full retail price. But if you want it for an even better deal, this is great. This mist is great. It performs well. And I know the perfume would be even better and richer. And this to me is already wonderful. Wonderful. So yes, I would say that the Finery Midnight Cafe fragrance mist is wonderful, and it's a wonderful clone / dupe of Black Opium. Match made in heaven. Okay, so this next one we're going to talk about is Not Another Cherry. And can you all see the dent in this one? I have been wearing this, okay? So this has notes of wild cherry, Turkish rose, and almond amaretto. And it says it's amaretto soaked cherry, seductive and lush glazed cherry and rose. And of course, this is supposed to be a dupe of Lost Cherry. Now, I don't have Lost Cherry. I have the clone from Layered Cherry Delight. So I compared these two, and they're very similar. I wouldn't say that this, now see, I don't have Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but this Not Another Cherry is not a straight up dupe to Cherry Delight. Cherry Delight is boozier. It's not as, this is to me a softer, more seductive cherry rosy scent. This to me is thick, boozy cherries. So it's similar, but I wouldn't say that this is a clone. I would say it's more of a dupe. If you wanted Lost Cherry, Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, and that's why I purchased Cherry Delight, because that fragrance is $350, and every single review I watched, everybody said it didn't last. I'm not paying a car note and you don't last. So I was like, ain't no way, no how. Now, if I found it for $100 something somewhere, like some people were yeah, I would have gotten it for that. But I'm not paying $3.50. Nope. Not paying it for, and you don't last. So that's why I decided to get Cherry Delight. Now, I will say, I love Not Another Cherry, as you can see. I love it. It's got that rose in it. It's not just a straight cherry. It's a boozy, smooth cherry rose seductive scent. And I feel like I can smell it. I smelled it when I wore it. I felt like it lasted, a good 4 hours on me. On my clothes, I felt like I would still get whiffs and wafts of it all day. So I love Not Another Cherry. Now, would I want to get the perfume? Maybe after I use this one up, I would. I just don't feel like I need another cherry fragrance that's similar, because this Not Another Cherry is similar to Cherry Delight. It's similar enough to where I don't feel like I need both. Would I repurchase this fragrance mist? Possibly, because it does remind me of, if you have Sugar Cherry Crisp, it doesn't smell like it, but the cherry is similar. If you have Victoria's Secret Cherry Elixir, this is way like softer, but still potent. Whereas that one is boom in your face cherry. So I have things fragrance mists that can give me the cherry I like. So I don't know if I would rush to get this one, but I will say I do love it. And again, that is Not Another Cherry. Okay, so the last fragrance mist I have is Magnetic Candy. And this has notes of sugared violet, pink pomelo, and cotton candy. And this has been compared to be a dupe of Byredo Sundays the most. I've never smelled that, but it has been on my wish list. So when I first smelled this, I was like, okay, this is a bit much. This is loud. It's sugary. It's a little floral. And it is. Some people, I'm going to get to some other comparisons, but I really do think it's the dupe for and clone of Byredo Sundays, because the notes match it more so, and the DNA of the fragrance, the composition they're not the same notes, but the composition of Magnetic Candy to me matches the Byredo Sundays way more than these other ones it's been compared to. And it's citrusy, floral, sweet, candy, in your face, loud. And it's like they all are kind of separate. The notes are kind of separate, and then it settles and it's nice. And then it kind of reminds me of something else. So this is one, like I said, I haven't smelled Sundays, but it has been compared to Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. Similar, not a dupe. Not a dupe at all of Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, because it's very citrusy, floral, cotton candy. This is orange blossom, caramel, marshmallow, thick deliciousness, depth that this doesn't have. But I will say, on the dry down, Magnetic Candy did remind me of Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, but it is not a clone. It is not a dupe, in my opinion, of Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy. Another fragrance that people were comparing it to was Pink Sugar. Of course, because it's cotton candy. Again, this is similar, and it's just a cotton candy note. To me, this is distant cousins. They don't smell like a dupe to me, Magnetic Candy, because Pink Sugar, I don't get citrusy. You get sugary, like burnt sugar, just sweet fluff. I don't get any citrus in pink sugar, and you do in this. I don't get any floral in pink sugar, and in magnetic candy you get a lot of floral that comes through in that. So I don't think, the only thing I can see the comparison is the cotton candy note. That is it. Another one that it's been compared to is Prada candy. Okay, I need to spray this out now because for now I can't smell it. So we're gonna, let me spray this, and I think my nose is getting tired. And with Prada candy, I think it's just the sweetness. I mean, the barest hint. They're similar, but in no way is magnetic candy a dupe or a clone for Prada candy. And I think it's because candy is in this name. Candy is in, you know, Prada candy. Cotton candy is a note in here. Cotton candy is a note in this. But no, I really, even though I have not smelled Sundays, I have studied that fragrance because I really thought about blind buying it. I have studied it, I've researched, I've watched reviews, I know the notes, and I really think the composition of these notes matches the composition of the notes for Sundays. And I also think on the dry down of magnetic candy, it does remind me of Killian's Love Don't Be Shy, but it is not a dupe for Killian's Love Don't Be Shy. Okay, so those were all of the fragrance myths. So now we're going to jump into these wonderful perfumes. I'm going to start with the one that I've practically worn. This bottle is empty, and this is Sweet on the Outside, and this has notes of Madagascar vanilla, cacao wood, and smoked vetiver. Now this is supposed to be a clone of Billie Eilish, and I don't even know if I can get any more of this to come out because I wore this, I've been wearing it, and I don't think any more of the fragrance will come out, and it's not. But I can still smell it. It is this Sweet on the Outside. It was 2 perfumes from this Finery line. When I smelled them, I went, boop, yep. Immediately. I didn't have to think. I didn't have to smell it again. I smelled them, and immediately I thought of the 2 perfumes, and this was one of them. I immediately smelled Sweet on the Outside, and went, yuppers, that's Billie Eilish. So let me tell you this. If I hadn't already purchased this perfume, I would get the perfume of Sweet on the Outside because I can't stand this bottle. Can't stand it. So they, to me, are practically the same. I mean, identical. If you really think about it, you can pick out a few differences. Like, to me, the Sweet on the Outside, the opening is sweeter and less complex than Eilish. You know, Eilish, sometimes you get those berries and stuff, and you're kind of like, and you have to let it dry down. To me, the Sweet on the Outside is just sweet cacao, vanilla, all the way through, a little smokiness. And I like it. I love it. I love it just as much as Eilish, if not a little better for the opening. But I will say that this perfume lasted on me. It was lasting 6+ hours, but I decided to just touch up because I just wanted to smell it again. I was getting wafts of it, but I wanted a fresher, take on it, since I wanted to really pay attention to it. And I was seeing, because I wore Billie Eilish on my clothes that day, and then I wore Sweet on the Outside on my pulse points and my skin. And I love it. Love it. So I will say, if Finery, if this line is still around and I run out of eyelash, honey, I'm going to get the sweet on the outside, because I can't stand this bottle. So there you go. These two to me clone. I mean, straight up smell practically identical. Okay, the next perfume we're going to talk about is Flower Bed. And this has notes of lush peony, green apple, and wild bamboo leaf. And this is the other one. The first time I sprayed this, I said, oh, I know what this is a dupe for. And that's one thing I want to mention, y'all. I don't like this guessing game with Finery. If you're going to be a dupe house, if you're going to be a clone line, say what you're cloning and duping. Why you got us out here guessing? I don't understand that. And that was getting on my nerves at first, because I said, I don't want to just go by what everyone's saying, but you know, that's what you tend to do. And then you have to see for yourself, instead of you just telling me, oh, this is a dupe of, you know, Lost Cherry, and then you can compare it. No, they got you here. Well, you're not guessing with that one. But you know, you have people out here guessing. Why? But anywho, Flower Bed smells wonderful, delightful. It does smell lush. It's a lush, sweet, pretty, airy, fruity floral. That is beautiful. And when I smelled it, I immediately went, oh my goodness, this smells like Chanel Chance Au Tendre. Immediately. So I'm going to spray this on one end. Because well, let me just get another one. And see, so I can go over, are there any, you know, significant differences between the two? So I'm going to smell Flower Bed again. Oh, so pretty. And then the Chanel Chance. Now, Chanel Chance Au Tendre to me smells a little deeper. Like a little richer. And Flower Bed smells a little fruitier. But again, they're both beautiful. I even thought about, because I didn't want to get the perfume because I already have Au Tendre. I said, I need to get the fragrance mist. And then I said, you need to sit down. Because number one, they're selling out everywhere. I don't feel like hunting for it. I don't know yet if I'm going to order it. But then I said, you have fragrance mist you need to use up. So why are you getting a fragrance mist of the perfume you have? But sometimes if you love a fragrance, I do love Chanel Chance Au Tendre. You want to be enveloped, and that I can just see myself just spraying that Finery Flower Bed mist. So I might still get that one because it is so pretty. Okay, that's not it. Yeah, it's just so pretty, y'all. So if you love Chance Au Tendre, or you've been wanting it and didn't want to pay the price, I will say it's 95% a dupe of Chanel Chance Au Tendre. Flower Bed is a little different, but stunning. It's beautiful. If you love airy, sweet, fruity florals, Flower Bed is stunning. I love it. Love it. If you've loved Chance Au Tendre and you've been smelling it and didn't want to pay the money, and you smell it every time you go, you know, we got all those perfumes you go and you spray when you go and you think about it. That is a good alternative. Flower Bed is wonderful. Okay, next we're going to talk about I'm a Musk. So this has notes of fluffy musk, cotton blossom, and creamy sandalwood. It is described as bare skin wrapped in silky, soft sheets. And it was compared to Molecule 01, which I do not have, and Cloud by Ariana Grande, which I do have. So I'm going to spray I'm a Musk again, and this is my little tester. I meant to bring my phone in here, y'all, to show the picture, but like I said, the perfume bottles look exactly like this. So the Flower Bed perfume bottle is a light pink bottle, and so is the Fragrance Mist. The I'm a Musk is a milky white bottle. Okay, when I smell I'm a Musk, I've never smelled Molecule 01. I don't get cloud at all. Let's smell cloud. I mean, there's some similarities. I mean, in the base, but what I get from I'm a Musk is thank you next from Ariana Grande. I get that. I'm getting that pickle note. I'm getting baby wipe smell. And with these molecule fragrances, it is about your skin. So I sprayed I'm a Musk. I wore it on my skin. I did not love it. On my skin, I got more of the baby wipe smell as opposed to Ariana Grande's Thank You Next, that pickle smell I could get. So I'm a Musk. I was so excited about it because I love musk fragrances when they're done right. And I'm a Musk is not for me. No. I mean, if I change my mind as I'm wearing it, I will, of course, let you all know. But from wearing it on my skin, from testing it on the paper, it is just not a go for me at all. So the next one we're going to talk about is Sunforia. Here is my little sample of that, and it has notes of Manoi blossom, orange flower, and amber wood. So I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, this bottle is kind of an orangey color. I think it's similar to this color, if I'm not mistaken. So this is compared, Sunforia is compared to be a dupe of Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. So let's spray this one. When I tested Sunforia, I thought of some Bath and Body Works beachy fragrance mist, and I also thought of, a couple of beachy fragrances I have in my collection. But I said, let me try it against Tom Ford. It does remind me, like I'm going to keep saying, of the beachy fragrance mist from Bath and Body Works. And I'm thinking Julia has gone vanilla vibes, but take out the vanilla. It reminds me of that with no vanilla. And it did remind me of Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc. So let's test them side by side. This is Tom Ford. This is Sunforia. So they are very similar. They both, when you spray them initially, they don't smell great. they smell beachy, summery, suntan lotiony, I guess. I don't wear suntan lotion. But I remember when I was working, I was a director at a daycare, and we would take them to the pool. So I know the smell. So they smell kind of like that, both of them. And then they sweeten up to like a very tropical, floral, beachy scent. Salty. So yeah, this is a good one. If you wanted Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, and then I found this is a little 1 ounce, and they had some kind of set at Sephora one year, and I just wanted a Tom Ford fragrance in my collection, and I thought this was the safest bet because I would smell it and I would like it, but I would go, ooh, is it worth it? And then I bought it, and I do enjoy it. And Sunforia is a great dupe for Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. So yeah, if you do not want to pay the price for Tom Ford and you want Sunforia, I think go for it. It's great. Okay, last fragrance we're going to talk about is Before the Rainbow. And this has notes of salty air, bergamot, and tree moss. And it is compared to be a dupe of Jo Malone's wood sage and sea salt. So let's spray these. Well, let's spray, and I love that name, Before the Rainbow first. This is very pretty. It's very airy, sweet, aquatic, a little salty, very fresh type of scent. Okay, so now let's spray Jo Malone's wood sage and sea salt. They are very, very similar, okay? I think Before the Rainbow is a little sweeter than wood sage and sea salt. I think wood sage and sea salt is truly unisex, truly down the middle. I feel like Before the Rainbow is a little prettier than wood sage and sea salt. So if you've been wanting wood sage and sea salt, I would say give Before the Rainbow a try because they are very similar. And if I didn't have this little this perfume of wood sage and sea salt in my collection, I would be trying to get the perfume of Before the Rainbow. And I will probably purchase Before the Rainbow when I've used this up because it is so pretty. I love wood sage and sea salt, but I like that little extra little sweetness that I pick up in Before the Rainbow. So y'all, those are my thoughts on finery and the perfumes they're compared to or supposed to be dupes of. Overall, I think this is a hit for Target. The fragrance mist, these are my thoughts. If you're like me and you have the perfumes in your collection already that there are dupes of, it's nice to get the fragrance mist just to go along with your perfume. Because I don't carry my perfume with me. I carry a fragrance mist. So that would be why I would lean towards the fragrance mist to just touch up throughout the day. Now, if you don't have these perfumes already, I would highly suggest going to your Target and looking online. And I wanted to do this video still, even though I was trying to be, one of the first ones to do it, which the ice, I told you all about this I'll think of the video and I'll link it above, y'all, because I can't think of it now. It's a little late for me. Filming after work. And what was I saying? But I wanted to go ahead and still do this review on for the entire line because they're already selling out. Not a Cherry is sold out in stores and online right now in my area. So it might still be in your stores, but in my area it's sold out in stores and it's sold out online. I think Magnetic Candy was sold out in stores, but I could still get it online. So they're going quickly. So I hope this was helpful. I do think $30 is not easy to go drop on a dupe fragrance for some people. But the packaging for the perfume is nice. The fragrances are nice. They don't smell, okay, I'm going to say they don't smell cheap, but this one at first I was like, at first it smells cheap to my nose and in my opinion, but then as it calmed down, I went, okay. But I will say none of them smell cheap. They do smell very nice. I think it's a nice line. I think it's somewhat affordable. Okay, I'm not going to say $30 is just easy. If you want 3 perfumes, because if I wanted to do this whole line, and at first I said, these are $30 a piece. I'm not buying all these fragrances. Even though I wanted to review them, I said, I'm not spending that much money. So if you're one that loves the whole line, it's not, you know, it's affordable in the long run compared to if you want to go buy the same 9 fragrances of designer or niche, but it's still, you know, a good chunk of change to drop on a perfume. And these mists are, you know, they're not cheap either, because 2 mists is $30 because they're $15 a piece. So I think this is affordable compared to designer prices for fragrances. Even for the mist, I think it's affordable compared to Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret. But is it really? Because this is 5 ounces and you get 8 ounces. So you just have to take all of that into consideration, whether you want the mist or the perfume. I went more towards the mist because the majority of fragrances that these were saying they were dupes of, I already have them. So I was happy with the mist, and I'm still thinking about getting a couple of the mists to go with some of the perfumes. And there are perfumes I plan to get when I run out of what they're dupes of, like Wood Sage and Sea Salt. I'm not getting ready to go pay $130 or $50 for Jo Malone when I can get Before the Rainbow and it smells beautiful. So there's some that's on my list to get when I actually use the perfume. So I do like this line. Do I wish it was a little bit cheaper? Of course. Who wouldn't? We all want things a little bit cheaper. But I do think it's good quality, and I'm willing to pay the price. And you can catch Target. Like right now, y'all, they have buy one, get one 25% off. Why they didn't have that when I was ordering this last week or the week before last? They didn't have that sale, you know, when I was getting this stuff. But now they have it. So you can catch deals at Target on their fragrances if you're patient. So y'all, that's my review on the new Finery line. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and tell me your thoughts on the new Finery line at Target. Do you want to try them? Have you tried them? If you have them, do you love them? Do you hate them? Or are they just meh? I would love to hear your thoughts. Please share this video with everybody, y'all. Just share with everybody, because I'm ready to see a 10K, okay? So just share the video, and please don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't ever miss any of my videos. And as I always say, if you like my vibe, subscribe. Until next time, bye.